Jonas Enroth with a .263 goals against average starts for Ted Nolan and the Buffalo Sabres. His 10th game, he has just one win. Carey Price is red hot for Montreal. Goals against average down to 1.95, and his save percentage is a marvelous .938. The referees are Dan O'Halloran and Jean Hebert. And on the lines will be Mike Sveek and Keel Murchison. Leno against Desharnais. Desharnais kicked it up to the Buffalo blue line, and McBain throws the puck ahead. That didn't get too far. Pacioretty brings it on for the first shot. He tried to get into the high slot and lost it, and it was cleared down the ice for Subban. He and Markov are the Canadian defensemen. Back to Subban. Subban coming on, long lead pass, backhanded in by Pacioretty and broken up and carried back out by D'Agostini for Buffalo. He left it for Steve Ott. He ripped it in. That line is off already. We played only 35 seconds in the first change in this first period. Lead pass down there and the quick shot at first. Here's a rebound, and that's ripped high by Gianta. Hornibal went in to get the first shot, and a big rebound came out for Brian Gianta. Canadians looking to score easily and quickly, they hope. It won't be too easy. These are two nice goaltenders for Buffalo. Ryan Miller is the backup tonight for Enroth. Indians have to come back. Lifted into the corner okay by Emelin. And now they move it on the boards and out and down as far as the Buffalo line. That's batted ahead. Canadians bring it back in. Put in wide of the net by Gianta. And Big Myers takes over for Buffalo. Got the puck ahead. Luke Adam dumped it up the center. The Canadians break up that rush. Diaz was hit hard out there. He seems to be okay. He stays on. Sabres get the puck in. It's tapped in back of the net. Sins went after it, but couldn't pick it up. And it was shot down the ice, and this is going to be an icing call. Weber was coming back, and no Canadian in sight.
David Desharnais has been had the hot stick for the Montreal Canadiens, so right off the bat, Ville Leno and Steve Ott make sure they remind him that it's going to be a rough night for him to get a little head wash as he's down on the ice off the opening face-off. And right away, Montreal goes on the attack. As Bournival cuts in and lets this rip, why not shoot it?
Leno won the draw and then gets the puck again along the boards to the corner, centered it, got by everybody in front of the net. Briere tried to clear it up on the boards and failed to do that. Stays with it though. And it was shot off the boards and down the ice. The Sabres miscuing. It's right back to the goalie, Enroth. Canadians get a chance to change. A little over 2 minutes gone in the first period. No score yet. Just the one shot registered. That by Montreal. Price out of the net. Tries to set it up for a quick break. And they get going all right. And over the line rather quickly was White. Put the shot on goal on the short side. Saved by Enroth. Didn't have the big rebound, so the Canadians get it in there. At the side of the net was Prust. He had a stick lifted. Markov waits. It was tipped out front of the net by Moan and high over the crossbar. Canadians attack. Give it up inside the line, and it's cleared out by Ville Leno. He got as far as center and jumped it ahead. Canadians turn back. White circled up there near center ice. He waits for Subban to make his move. Markov got it ahead. Gallagher put it on the boards. Swept it in over the line okay, but then was stopped. It was cleared back out by McCormick. He went up after along with Marcus Foligno and went over the boards, stopping the play.
When you're dumping the puck into the Montreal Canadian end, you have to be so careful with these dumps. If you're going to give them to Carey Price, he is like a defenseman. He is going to start to break out. Good pass right up, and they exit the zone off the second pass. Good job by Carey Price. And Steve Ott, you'll have to see this all night long. He is a physical customer. He likes to finish every check, and there he lays a good lick right there on Daniel Briere.
Stayed down for a few seconds when he did take that hit, but then when he got up, he seemed to be okay. And obviously was. Look out. Emelin nearly lost it in front of the goal by Matt Molson, who tapped at it. And he's their leading scorer. He nearly got loose for a freebie. Pacioretty turns. Up to center. Poked it over the line. They're just onside. The shot is deflected, though. And the play is halted.
I mentioned in the opening that the Sabres have only scored 6 goals in the first periods this year, and they've allowed 34, but it's not just the first periods, it's scoring in general. As you look at them statistically, they are ready to set a record. That's the kind of record you don't want to set, as right now they're only averaging almost 1.6 goals a game, and that doesn't fare well when Montreal only allows 2.
3:40 gone in the first period, and they have not had a shot on goal yet, Gary. Maybe this rush will bring a shot for Carey Price. The backhander hit a skate in there. Bergenson stays with it. It went around the goal. The Canadians are going to get out of the zone again. That's all, though, barely out. Subban has to hurry back. Bergenson comes in after him. Markov sliding it off the boards, not out. Quick shot by Adam as he turned and put it close to being on the net. Dumped in behind the goal. Buffalo still without a shot. That one by Luke Adam was deflected wide of the goal. Buchanan's. He went after it in there and couldn't find it. Bergenson's doing heavy work for Buffalo. The Canadians move it ahead. Broken up at the line. Ennis coming back in. Waits. Turns back out. Looks for help coming up behind him. And they had it knocked off his stick. Canadians overhemmed in a little bit. Now Subban, he lost it at the side of the net and then recovered before any damage could be done. Down the ice for an icing call against Montreal. Well, we have our first update. Here's Rob Pizzo. Leafs are flying again. They get outshot, but that's okay if they win a game. They did the other night. Ring tough tonight, though. Rob will keep us posted on what goes on in that game. And here, nothing doing on the scoreboard. We've now just hit the 5-minute mark of the first period. The shots are only 2-0. Canadians have the 2 shots. Yemelin around the net. 2 forecheckers in for Buffalo, so he had to get rid of it. Look out, a race for it. Eller showing some big strides and good speed, nearly caught up to the puck. Sabres take over. Little move was good through center ice by D'Agostini. Got it over the line. That was lifted out to center. Montreal on the move again. Moen along the boards. Hagermeyers knocked him down. And then Talinder took over behind the Buffalo net. Gave it to his partner again, and Myers lost it. Stays with it, fights his way with the puck. And the Sabres clear it down the ice. It goes all the way, too. Somebody touched it, so no icing. Murray, number 6 for Canadians, in the lineup again. Couldn't get the puck clear. It's in front of the net. Sabres fail to get a shot. Loose puck there for seconds. Seemed like a longer period than that with the giveaway right in front of Price. Moen takes the pass. Steps one in from center ice. Kalinder's the first one on it. Big Sabre defenseman tried to move it to the corner, but Prust went in to take over. Got it back out front. Pacioretty, he lost it. White is in there with Pacioretty and Prust. Sabres get the puck out of the zone. Moving on is Drew Stafford. Faked the shot, now in. Can't get the shot when he wanted to. Heading for the short side. With a sharp angle anyway. But prevented from getting a shot on goal. Canadians were coming back. Almost 7 minutes coming up. Sabres. Pesek dumped it ahead. Good chance for Adam. He fell trying to go to the net. And Subban got a pass away. That was great for Pacioretty. He's coming in. Pass back to Desharnais, and he fanned on it. Desharnais was all alone, took it and fanned on it. Canadians turn it back up. Here's Gallagher. He's by himself. Oh, and he was nailed in front of the net. Is he okay? The crowd thought a penalty was coming. Gallagher goes to the bench. Seemed to be okay skating over there. We'll have a close look at him. That was a tough hit on the hip going in front of the goal. Canadians Bournemouth battles for it and gets it. Gianna's shot is blocked. Canadians can't find it near center ice. Got it on the boards and in deep by Jurgensen's. Yamelin after it. Rolled it ahead. Stopped at the line and kept in out there by Brian Flynn. The Canadians shoot it down the ice. Past the 8-minute mark. Still no score. Shots 2-1. Montreal. First puck through center ice. Flynn couldn't find it. Had a stick lifted anyway. Turning back, Foligno. Goes all the way back deep in his own zone. Now drops it back for Talinder. Looks for a hole. I don't think he's going to find one, so he got rid of it. And Eller was waiting for that at center ice. The goalie, Enroth, played it hard. That gets out. And Eller is coming back. He'd love to find the first hole and go with it himself. He didn't. Diaz had to back up inside his own line. Agostini put it in there, and that was deflected, stopping the play. 11:03 left in the first period. Gallagher seems to be okay on the bench. Here's what happened. Collision. Hurt many more collisions like that.
Well, they're trying, and the players get smart, and they get their head up, and they know guys are coming, especially guys like Ott. He's thrown a couple of hits already, and there's a pretty good lick on Gallagher. And again, you want to make sure you're playing the body on everybody. Never stick check. Make people come through you, and that's exactly what's gone on so far this first period.
Still no score, and the shots are even. 2 apiece. We played 9 minutes. Trust grabs the loose puck and got to center. Up for Moan. Can't get the puck in front of the net for a shot. White put it over there, rolled in front of the goalie, Enroth. He saw it in time and got rid of it. Billy Leno played it ahead. D'Agostini was nailed at center. Get past that red line. Pesic played it back in his own zone. Weber dumped the puck ahead, broken up near center ice. The Canadians try to get going again. Just poked ahead by Prost. He wants to get off. End of that shift. Halfway mark coming up. First period, 22 seconds from now. Price plays it, side of his net. Canadians just jumping out to center ice. Moan had to wait for it a bit. Nothing else to do but tip it. Knock it out of the zone and shot back in though. And Georges is back for Montreal. Desharnais. Pass got out there all right to Pacioretty and striding in hard. Pacioretty heads for the net. Right in front of the goal. And no shot resulting. The best chance coming from Plekanec right in front of the goal. Back to help in his own zone. Gallagher took it and got it ahead. Desharnais to center. Stick handling neatly coming up. Got inside the line and fell. Pacioretty keeps going. He took Drew Stafford down. Play goes right on. These two referees are letting them go. No score in this first period. 9:22 left. Shot 3-2 Canadians. Onside. Barely onside at the blue line. Stopped by Gallagher. Couldn't quite set something up though. Subban is back in his own zone. Escapes the first man, so look out. He'll go, and he got to center. The pass was a little bit behind Brian Gianna. He couldn't pick it up with his skate. Tyler Meyer shot the puck ahead inside the Montreal blue line. Subban back. I thought that last time, Gary, he'd take off himself when he beat the first guy.
The right decision. It just was the pass was a bit off.
Well, Plekanec starts deep in his own zone. Subban is right there alongside. Put the puck ahead. Subban right through the middle to Plekanec. Canadians passing the puck well. They're offside this time, though, at the Buffalo blue line. 8:27 to go in the first. No score in Montreal.
Well, you got to take hits to make plays. George's nice reverse. Desharnais takes a hit, stays with the puck, and this gets them a nice clean breakout. Up the ice they come, and a nice little saucer pass that Pacioretty misses, but it almost goes right to Yamelin. Good scoring chance.
Canadians pounded in again. Weber trying to stop it and missed it. It's tipped down the ice, though, and the Canadians have to regroup and come back. First pass to Pacioretty, backed it up again. Diaz fired the puck to center, back to him. He and Murray, Canadian defenseman, back and forth. Murray again delivers a pass, and Diaz gallops on, got it up over the line. It's tipped in behind the net, okay. Mike Weber there for Buffalo, and the puck just barely rolls out and got to center ice. Covering quickly was Markov. Pysyk for Buffalo. Right on the wing. McCormick brought it in a little bit late. That's called back. The toys are delivered to a daycare center, and it's up to Woody to help them return home. Watch Toy Story 3 tomorrow at 8 on CBC TV. For our full holiday schedule, visit cbc.ca/holiday. Shots at 3-2, that's all, after 12 minutes and 16 seconds of play in the first period. Sellout crowd playing. 21,273. Gary, the Canadians have now played 378 consecutive home games in front of a sellout crowd.
Well, they certainly, fans are passionate here in Montreal, and the Canadians have been on quite the run here since November 16th when they had that 1-0 loss to the Rangers. They have yet to lose a game since then. They've amassed some points, and they've also climbed the top of the Atlantic Division.
And the face-off to the right of Carey Price. Set for a shot coming from the line. It missed the goal. Rebounds taken by the Sabres. That was drilled pretty hard, too, by McBain. Got through, and Price was on the post and made the save. Earhall back. Ott tried to shove it ahead. It did get in over the line. Bourneval was back there for the Canadians to break it up. Here's Plekanec, 2-on-1. Gianna can't handle the pass. Gianna was open, gave it to him off the heel of a stick. Now the side of the net, they whip it around him there. This top line for the Canadians, Bourneval, Plekanec, Gianna. Still no score. Right to the line and onside. Bourneval in around the net to the corner on this near side. He stick handles out, sets it up to Georges, shoots. That's in wide of the net. Good shot by Georges, kind of low, but it missed the goal. Subban back in his own zone on the breaks. Waits for the change the Canadians are making. It's dumped ahead off the boards by Prost. Prost gets the puck, delivers a pass to Moen, back to Prost, back to Moen. That missed him in the emblem. At the side boards over there, left it for Moen, dumped it into Prost behind the goal. Moen at the side of the net. He's bodied okay by Hodgson, who stayed with him all the way. Georges took a hit but dumped it in. And then Moen left it behind the goal. Came out front all right. Up steps Georges. That went high off a stick and over the glass.
One thing I like about the Montreal Canadiens is they like to have the puck. Puck possession, move the puck north-south. Good job by Michael Bourneval. Doesn't chip it off the wall and throw it back to the Sabres. He bunts it back to Markov, and who passes it better than he does? Straight north-south to Plekanec and almost over to Giunta for the one-timer to the net.
The Bell Center in Montreal. All tied up in Montreal. No score, that is. Price looking on down the ice where the face-off occurs. In the Buffalo zone, the Sabres win it. Dumped on the boards by Telinder, got inside the line, but Telinder now has to come back for Buffalo. He and Tyler Myers. Right through the middle, nice pass for Hodgson. Goes to the left wing, Hodgson hits for the net. The shot was way high. Myers lost it at the blue line. The Canadians get going again. Down across the line is Briere, but on the far right side, Canadians are offside with Galchenyuk way ahead of them.
Nice talk with Teddy Nolan this morning. He talked about his team and how he thinks they're playing better. There's no doubt they don't have the wins to show for it, but you've got to start somewhere, and he believes they're playing a lot harder. They did not give up a lot of chances in the New York game, and they lost that game 3-1 because they're just not scoring goals. And tonight, I got to tell you, they've had a pretty solid first period.
Win this face-off, and Gallagher hopped in there right away, but Pysyk stopped him. Sabres nothing, Canadians nothing. 5:20 remaining in the first. Pysyk, rink wide pass and nearly picked off, but had him recovered, juggled it a little bit, and then shot it in. Subban put a long pass ahead. It's all the way down the ice. Icing had been waved off. They were slow coming back, the Sabres were. Thought maybe an icing was coming up. Now they get going. Down across the line, Ennis delivers the pass and gets it back. He took it from Adam. Adam went in to pick it up around the net. Luke Adam with the puck coming out. Took a shot, hit a leg. Nice play by Adam to get in position to get the shot away through a crowd. Canadians with the puck in their own zone. At the line, Pesek. He took a long shot in there. That bounced wide of the net. And Subban backed it up into the corner and then flipped the high one. Out down the ice. Sabres nearly got caught with the change. Nearly is the key word. The play goes right on. They're okay. Nearly had the call. Too many men on the ice. Didn't happen. And the puck is shot into the Montreal zone. Price comes out to play it himself. Shots are even 3 apiece. The score 0-0 with 4 minutes 5 seconds left in the first. Sabres coming on strong again now. Getting the puck up. Murray takes a look. Finds a man open. Hornibal took a hit for that near center ice. Covering up on the play was McBain. Jumped it around the net. Good hard hit by Foligno over there. Foligno got the puck off the board. Shot it back for Ehrhoff. He played it ahead on this right side and was golfed out to center ice by Flynn. 3:33 left to play in the first. No score in the game. Sabres had to come back in a hurry as Prust is up there. Took his man in on the boards, but the Buffalo Sabres are back to get the puck ahead. You don't play it outside the line right away. Canadians White backed it up. Subban tried to hit Moon with the pass and missed it. They know back. Sabres having a tough time moving out of the zone. Backhanded in around the net again by the Canadians. Ryan White. And he fades back at the blue line. Vacated by Subban. He's up fighting for it. Can't get it. Tyler Myers played it ahead for Buffalo. They're going to get out of the zone. Shot to center by D'Agostini. That's about it. Now they're coming in. Ott takes a shot. Right to Price, but no rebound. With 2 Sabres coming in hoping for one. There was none.
Tell you what, if you're going to take a run on Douglas Murray, you better strap a couple extra players onto your back because you're just not going to have enough weight as we watch this play rotate around and the high stick on Bourneval, and then right here as Flynn tries to run into Murray, and that's like a straight path down to the ice. And then right here on the board check, Buffalo doing a great job getting in on the puck, possession of the puck, and getting the puck towards the net and staying on top of the loose pucks. They had Montreal hemmed in there for a little bit, but didn't get anything quality out of it. Good job by the Canadians.
Hodgson against Desharnais, and Desharnais wins it cleanly for Gallagher. He sees 2 Sabres coming after him and gave it to Desharnais. Gallagher, Desharnais again. Had to come back for Yemelin. Pacioretty bats the puck back inside his own line. Now Desharnais circles at his own line again. Canadians very patient, but with the puck. Finally down the ice, but the Sabres are back. Mike Weber. Backhanded the puck over on this side. Bruce Stafford sliding a pass ahead. That was neat. Got it up to Molson. Got it back for Pesek. He takes a hit in there. Puck is fired on the boards. And down the ice it goes. Under 2 minutes left to play in the first period. Buffalo 4 shots. The Canadians 3 shots. Nobody able to score. Diaz had to hurry back. No icing. Briere waits. Comes away right to the middle. Had to go all the way down the ice to the goalie. Now Chenya coming up there rather quickly. Surprised the goalie, Jonas Enroth, and then he had to play it away. Murray from center. Hit the stick of Ennis, who dropped it. Ferguson's just turned in his own zone. That's shot all the way down the ice. And that will be called icing.
The one area Montreal is much improved in is in the face-off circles. They're at about 52%, which is not great, but it's much improved. And the Buffalo Sabres, who struggle in the face-off circle, with 1 minute and 18 seconds to go, this will be a big face-off. Hopefully Plekanec will be able to get this back to Subban, who's got an absolute howitzer.
Right behind him, kind of near the boards though, but he's a right-handed shot, so that'd be pretty good if he could win it. And here we go. Sabres pick it up and come out of the zone. So Luke Adam again shooting it end of the shift for him. Just turned as he shot that puck in. And the line is off. 1 minute left in the first. Subban up to center ice, didn't like it. Turns back. Gets it back from Markov. Put it ahead, that was neat. And the ball got in over the line and lost it on a poke check. Markov had to hurry back. You had McCormick right in on top of him. Price looking around, he doesn't know where the puck is. It's to his right over in the corner. Played back to the point. And a short pass ahead. Flynn took the shot. That's knocked away from McCormick. Again stopped by Myers at the line. Coming in. Sharp angle. Couldn't score from there. Just threw it through the blue ice to the other side. Sabres get out front. No shot coming, but Talinder now up the line. Shot it at the crowd and then was knocked down. And the puck was outside the blue line. And that shot is the end of period number one. The shots were 6-4 Buffalo. There's no score after one period of play. Welcome back to Montreal, ladies and gentlemen. We have no goals to talk about after one period. The shots were 5-4, not 6-4 as we mentioned. 5-4 Montreal.
Well, Max Pacioretty certainly had an opportunity to let one rip here. One of the few chances Montreal got, and what's been going on here is they've been overpassing. This is the perfect time for a guy with 9 goals in his last 9 games to let that rip. But as the guys down on the truck pointed out, and they put this graphic together for me, Max Pacioretty likes to shoot and hang around that middle of the ice, and that's where he has scored his last 9 goals, and probably the reason why he passed that off to David Desharnais. And here's a look at the body of his work recently, and he's been a one-man wrecking crew for the Montreal Canadiens. Around the net, tipping pucks, firing the puck. He's got that great wrist shot, and he has certainly been rewarded, and so has the Montreal Canadiens, as they're 8-1-1 in their last 10 games.
And they line up to start the second period. Leno for Buffalo. White for the Canadiens. Canadiens control it. Here's White coming in. Passed over in front and hopped away from Moan in front of the net. The Sabres get the puck to the line. Not out. Moan brings it ahead. The pass to White. White out front. Crush scores! That's tenacious checking all right by Ryan White, and it paid off in spades as Brendan Prost comes in and takes his pass, and it's 1-0 Montreal.
Michel Therrien starts his 4th line, and the Buffalo Sabres come onto the ice, and they're just not ready to play. Soft, not paying attention to what's around them, and Prost just stays right in behind McBain. He finds the open lane. Good solid pass from White, and that was the second opportunity. He made no mistake on that one as he buried it in the back of the net.
19 seconds into the second period, we get our game's first goal. And Price scores it. Prost, scores it. And it's 1-0 Montreal. Great play by White, though, to get it out to him. In front of the net again. McKennon's coming after it in there, and it's kept in for McKennon's in the corner. Talinder is all over him. Borneval comes up to help, the puck loose. Talinder flipped it behind the net, gets it returned, and lifted a high backhander down the center. Olsen brings it on for Buffalo, passed over in front of the net, and that's taken away out of harm's way, really, by the defenseman, Yemelin. Didn't get very far with it. Stafford turned around inside the line, picks his shot wide of the net, came off the boards and hit the side of the goal behind Price. And Mikhail Borneval comes on to center. He saw a hit coming from Stafford and just did get out of the way. Heads up! Here down the line up beautifully. And behind that goal again, Luke Adam comes back out and dumped it into the corner again as he skated away. Sabres try to get that goal back. Canadiens lead now 1-0. An early goal by Prost of Montreal. His 3rd of the season. Gallagher knocked it down. The play goes right on. And turning it back in is Luke Adam. Adam comes up for checking. They get by him. Gallagher knocked down by Adam from behind. The play goes right on. Gallagher! And a nice save by Enroth as Gallagher was knocked down, got back up, kept going, got to the net. Yes, I guess he would smile. He nearly scored.
Well, it's the one place you know he goes to, and this puck just crawls down the back of McBain, and good on Gallagher to keep his eye on it, almost like a wide receiver in football. And he gets a good poke at this puck, and Enroth had to be sharp coming across and getting his glove above his pad to make that save. And that's the one thing about Brendan Gallagher, you know, if you're his line mate, you don't even have to look. He's going to the net.
Cross goal was assisted by White and Moen. At 19 seconds, 1-0 Montreal. They're on the puck with Uller around the net. Cylinder chased him, got it loose, tried to feed it back, think that Ehrhoff who was on him. Diaz comes in to keep it in. Then caught by Ehrhoff, who was in front of the net, and went up over the glass into the netting.
When you only score 1.59 goals per game, giving up the first one certainly puts a ton of pressure on your goaltender. As we look at Brandon Preston, he gets Montreal on the board as they score first. And for the Buffalo Sabres, in the 6 games they have won this year, in every single game they did not score the first goal. So maybe they're right on target here as they're doing 1-0.
19 seconds into the period. That goal by the Canadians. We played 2:30. Puck loose on the face-off to the line. No shot from there. Pacioretty drifts one right on. That was stopped by Enroth. He one time thought he had the open side. Goalie covered up. Up to Gallagher. Rubbed out along the boards by Cylinder. Keeps going though, gets the puck again. Gallagher leaves it for Pacioretty. Out front, missed everybody. Markov comes up off the line and dumped it behind the goal. Canadians applying more pressure here. Pacioretty is along the boards. Got to the line and Buffalo's away down to center. Flynn is waiting for help. Saw it coming but took a shot on the net anyway. Flynn gets it off the boards. Kind of a blind pass as it turned out. And gets all the way down the ice. There was nobody on that point marker there. Nearing 4 minutes of play in the second. Canadians have the only goal. Crust is on the ice now for checking. He scored his third. Lifted high again. Sabres in a bit of trouble in their own zone. Just get it out. And White turns it back inside his own blue line. Yemelin throws it rink wide. Shot to center by Georges. They get in deep again. This time Mike Weber is back there for the Sabres. Yemelin saw it coming, got it into White. Looks out front, no pass yet. Left it for Crust. Crust looking out front of the net again. Sees White coming in. Tried to give it to him, but missed everybody and got outside the blue line. They're onside, shot back in. And Georges left the ice on a change as he dumped that in. Stafford whacked at it. That bounced high. The Canadians are on it. Moen kept it inside that blue line again. Shot it in, and Montreal is changing. Sabres get a chance to move it down to center. And Molson was covered by Diaz. Murray to Diaz. There's no place to go, so just got rid of it to center ice. It's right back to him as it turned out. Giveaway pass. There's Adam coming up after it. He has a little room. And the shot deflected and stopped by Price. He stopped another one. Kept in by Buffalo. Ferguson's couldn't stop it. Gianna's coming up after the puck inside that Buffalo line. Comes off the boards and Bournemouth gave it to him behind the net. Captain put it back out. Broken up. Cleared out of the zone by Tyler Ennis. Lost it at center. Canadians collide at center ice. Bournemouth upended. He's okay. And then Ehrhoff slapped one down the ice. That's for Ferguson's. Got in there to pick it up. Subban just deflected the puck ahead and the Canadians dump it in. Almost 6 minutes gone already in the second period. One goal, scored early at 19 seconds by Prost, 1-0. If you just joined us, shots are 8-7 in favor of Buffalo now. Had 3 in a row a moment ago on that rush. Price was solid. Myers had to keep coming back in his own zone. Linder played it ahead. That didn't quite work, so he's going to try it again, turning around. Right through the middle with the pass. Flynn dumped it over center ice, but the Canadians bring it in. Gallagher, he's caught, got loose, turned around, chased the puck again, fell, and then it was cleared down the ice. Tough to figure this game. They're going back and forth, and it doesn't seem like anything's happening.
Well, for the first 5 minutes of the period, Montreal pretty much hemmed them in their end, but Buffalo has fought themselves out, and they've done it just being physical. They've been very physical on the Canadians.
Gallagher tipped it ahead. Desharnais flying. Did get in front and lost possession in front of the goal. Canadians passing it around again. Gallagher inside the line with a Yemlin shot. Rebound! Knocked away before Desharnais could get near it. He was alone. That side was open in the net. Up the center is Ott. Brings it over the Montreal blue line, and it was hit by Georges, but did shoot it in. Pesek on the other side had got near the net. Price careful. Dumped the hit by D'Agostini in front of the goal. No shot! And somehow Price finds it. 2 Sabres were in there. Leno was decked in front of the goal. They come awfully close to tying it. Look at him. Good hit on Bournival.
Cruz down right after it, and a little shot to the net. It goes off the skate of Murray. It almost fools Carey Price. And Steve Ott camps out right in front of Carey Price. Gets a good shot at the second puck that came to the net. Carey Price looked like he had the pinball flippers out as he blocked the side of the net and corralled the puck. Got a little tap on the head from Ott.
Sabres win the draw and got back to the line for Weber, and he just dumped it in around the goal. 1-0, Montreal leads. The early goal by Prost. 19 seconds, there's Stafford. Turning back in. Stafford waits, Drew Stafford to the corner. Looks back to the blue line, goes the other way. And finally lost it back there, but the Sabres pick it up. And they circle around. Hodgson had to go to the line with it. Weber's shot is off the skate and wide. Stafford on it again. Along the boards, he picks it up, gets it back again to Weber. Couldn't handle it cleanly for a shot. Turned with it. Poked it ahead. Stafford fell. Cannons couldn't play it very far. Subban lost it back there against Cody Hodgson. Olsen comes in to help. Stafford in front. Look out! Backhander stopped by Price. His best save so far. Right pad went down and stopped it. Essex long shot is knocked down. Canadians do not clear it. The Cannons lost a chance. Buffalo coming close. Staying with the puck inside the line and forechecking hard. Shot around the net comes to Ehrhoff. He'll step up a little bit to the corner. Ehrhoff gets the puck over in front and scored! Ehrhoff stayed there and looked out front, and he saw a man coming up. And he fired it out there right in front, and it was Ennis who drove it home hard, tying the game.
He stepped right into this. You could feel the trouble on this shift for the Montreal Canadiens. They could not clear the puck and get it out of harm's way. If PK Subban goes into the corner and try to play it with his stick instead of going in and playing the body, and that allows Ehrhoff to center this puck into the danger area. Right here, you see PK try to play it with his stick. He's fishing. This puck comes through 2 Montreal Canadiens, and Ennis, who was innocent, was out at the top of the blue line, cruises right into his forehand and just lets it rip top shelf. No chance for Carey Price.
Good hard shot by Tyler Ennis. Ties the game.
He's one of those crafty players for the Buffalo Sabres. He's not a big guy, but he's smart, very intelligent, high hockey IQ. He finds the places in the ice where he can get open. And boy, right there, he was in the right spot at the right time.
6th goal of the season. Ties the game. Well, good on Buffalo. They stayed inside that line and took a few blows to get the puck out front. And it paid off. Thrust the other way. The goal scorer for the Canadians made a good play back to Murray. Couldn't quite handle it. Did get a shot away though, and a sharp angle. Moan was indicated from the goalie Enroth. In behind the net, Frost again out front. Another quick shot. Not hard by White. Easily slipped away from the net. The Buffalo Sabres off the glass to dump it out. Earhart was decked by White. Didn't like that. Coming on strong, McBain. Put it over, and the goalie for the Canadians, Carey Price, had that angle shut off, and he stops it.
The Buffalo Sabres, ever since they got hemmed in their end to start the period and got scored on, they've come out and they've played a much more physical, consistent game. And not taking penalties, but just finishing every check. And White comes off the bench, and he answers this one here with a good, solid hit on Earhart. And that helps the Montreal Canadiens retrieve the puck in the neutral zone. And, of course, the whistle and the face-off will be to the left of Carey Price. But Montreal's got to start to respond and engage in the physical part of this game. You don't want to be running around taking penalties, but you do have to respond to the hits, and that's a good job by White to come out and lay it on Earhart.
Sabres win the draw. Myers faked the shot, stepped up a bit, and ran into the line. That sends the Canadians away. 2-on-1. Gallagher's in front, and he's taken care of in front of the net before the pass reached him. Desharnais back to cover up against D'Agostini, who was coming in for Buffalo. Golfed it on the glass, didn't get out. Gallagher has it, dumped it ahead. Desharnais coming for the net, had to go in around the goal, comes around and then left it there in the corner. Sabres easily pick it up, and Leno waited too long, but now they get it out. Not goes rink wide with his pass. Flynn brings it on, put on the brakes, shot it in around the net for Steve Ott. Back to the line, dumped in by Weber behind the goal, and that's Leno. He lost it. Canadians, Gallagher gets it out. Long shift for him. He would stop at the bench. Canadians carry on. Basket out front, all right. Capture ready, but nobody can pick it up. The Sabres do. Leno dumps it into that Montreal zone again. The Sabres are showing some life here in the second period, no doubt. Are out shooting the Canadians now, 13-9. They have scored a goal to tie it. Nice save on the shot by Galchenyuk. Just turned and whipped it in on goal on a one-timer. Plekanec is back there now. Galchenyuk in front. Can't get near the puck. McCormick was in front of him. And cleared it for Buffalo to the corner, but it's off the boards back to the line. Diaz had to step up and lost it. Diaz got back to center to break up a possible breakaway pass by McCormick. And then shot down the ice, and Foligno just got a stick on that. Canadians from their own zone. Long lead pass. Gianna brings it on. Penalty coming out to Buffalo. First one of the game. And here comes the call. So when we come back, it's a slash called against the Sabres. A power play for the Canadians.
Well, you follow the blue bubble there and watch. He's going to give him a little, look like a little love tap right there, and that's the call. And that's a tough one to take. There wasn't much to that. Max Pacioretty, who I think needs to shoot the puck here, a 2-on-1 created by the linesman, and he passes away and gets nothing out of it. And then he cruises down in on another 2-on-1 shortly after that. Here as Pysyk gets caught up ice, and the puck is rolling. I get that, but again, he tries to make a play to the front of the net. If you are the hot hand, I think you got to start ripping pucks here, and what a big save by Enroth there on Galchenyuk.
Canadians win the face-off, play the hit on this power play as they line up rather quickly. Markov goes the other way with it and gets it back. Up over center and dropped it. Canadians get the line finally, and Subban hangs on. Gave it away. Steve Ott got to center and decided that was enough. Dumped it ahead, killing a little bit of time. Displayed by him. Canadians, tie game. Power play coming in. Pacioretty had rolled to the net. Gallagher coming in there, but Jonas Enroth smothers this.
It's time for the Crown Royal Icebreaker. Why not try Crown Royal Maple on the Rocks? Crown Royal, the official whiskey partner of the NHL.
Ennis goal tied it at 8:35 from Earhart. His 6th of the season. Enroth has been sharp. when asked to be. We're tied at 1. Canadians are on the first power play of the hockey game. Knocked down by the glove of Ehrhoff and cleared out. Diaz now has to wait. Canadians back on side, get the zone. Gianta lifted high to the boards. And on it very quickly was Girgensons. It's out and down the ice. 1 minute gone in this minor penalty against Mark Pysyk of Buffalo. Canadians on the move, and here's Gianta. Drops it back to the line. Gianta watched it go by him in around the net. Sabres a chance to clear. Foligno waited too long. Coming back to Linder. He left it for Tyler Myers. He lost the puck. Goes back looking for it. Behind the net. Kicks it loose. Myers fires it hard past Diaz down the ice. 34 seconds left in the penalty. Canadians not near the net, but they're up this time. And the pass tipped it forward. A nice save that was by Enroth. Picked up the left skate, made a dandy save. Gianta keeps it in. Into the corner it goes back for Gianta from Galchenyuk. All the way to the line to Diaz. Gianta again into the side of the net. Galchenyuk escapes a hit. Gianta more with the puck. To the line Diaz. He's going to go to Gianta again. This time he will not shoot it. The shot comes from the other side. Back to Gianta again. The penalty is over. McCann's shot. Stopped by Enroth. He's made a couple of dandy saves on this power play for the Canadians, which is now done. And they had just the one shot on goal. Buffalo the other way looking for the lead, and that high shot by Hodgson went over the net. Kept in by the Sabres on that far side. Centering pass at the side of the net. Comes back to the line. McBain couldn't get a shot away. He was covered too well. 6 minutes left in the period. 1-1 tie. Eller's shot is deflected high and out of play. Jonas Enroth holding the fort right there against the Canadiens' power play. Enroth saving the day here for now for Buffalo.
Yeah, the penalty had just ended. Buffalo a pretty good kill. This was the only chance, really good chance that Montreal got. Plekanec's got a pretty good look from the slot. And Jonas Enroth, a big save for the Sabres.
Another one, he kicked out his boots, his left skate, made a dandy save. He made 2 or 3 in that power play try for the Canadians. No, they only officially credited 1 shot on goal. I'm not sure how they figure that.
I'll tell you, the one save he made today that I thought was a huge save was the one that was redirected off the Galchenyuk shot that was out in the slot. I mean, Galchenyuk turned and fired it, and it just clipped something, and it totally changed directions. And he kicked that right leg out like he did there on Plekanec, and really been impressed with his legs and his kicking abilities to the pucks to the corners.
There's Gallagher coming up again. His pass was intercepted. Girgensons got it out and skated with it. Got that one a little bit too high. Stops the play, and the faceoff is going to be near the Montreal blue line.
Well, they've only got 2 regulation wins, and coming into this game here at the Bell Center against one of the strongest teams in the National Hockey League over the past few weeks, you thought, Ryan Miller would certainly get the start. He's 26-11-5 against the Montreal Canadiens. But you know what? They went with Jonas Enroth. This is a very loose Buffalo team. I mean, Ted Nolan said this morning he wanted to ease off the guys a little bit, make them have fun coming to the rink. Joe Sacco's been instrumental in that, and they're starting to have more fun, more smiles, and starting to pay dividends coming to the rink.
Here come the Canadians again. White got over the line, but couldn't get a shot. He was checked just in time. Crust went in and delivered a hit on Ehrhoff. Sabres get it up here to Adam. Got the center, made a nice move to get across center ice. Then played it up over the line, but it hit a stick over there. I think the stick of Tyler Ennis, and went out of play.
Well, Prust is rubbing the side of his foot, and as he went to throw a body check here, again, it's Enroth, and they've run into each other a few times. White smoked him earlier, and then Prust comes in, and you want to be hard on the opposing team's defensemen who play a lot of minutes, and Ehrhoff is one of those guys. It looked like Prust's foot banged against the dasher boards. He was trying to shake that off as he was skating up the ice, and he's going to take a break.
5:20 left in the second period. We're tied at 1. Buffalo winning the draw, get a chance to come in again. That shot didn't get on the goal. Behind the net for D'Agostini. Quite get it out. Galchenyuk played the puck ahead. Just inside the Buffalo line. Buffalo out shooting Montreal 10-8 in this second period. Coming on strong, Leno. Forced to get outside though, and then off the bell. Leno went up though and centered the puck. Canadians cover, and Giada, they short got out, but they couldn't move it very far to anybody coming up with them. Weber poked it ahead. D'Agostini made a move or two against Galchenyuk. Canadians get the puck up to center ice. Eller tried to poke it in and did. Eller stays in for checking. Galchenyuk played the puck ahead. Canadians on the move. Rear shot deflected. That'll go out of play. 4:17 remaining in the second period. Just inside that Buffalo line. Sabres coming on hard again. Dumped in deep by Flynn. Went up to pick it up. Canadians are there in front of him. He stayed in there against Murray. Murray kicked the puck loose. And then he was hit by McCormick. The Habs get it down the ice. 3:50 to go in the period. 1-1 tie. Canadians got the first goal. Sabres came back to tie. Price hangs on to this one for a face-off in the Montreal zone.
Well, Carey Price has been so solid all year, and in my mind, I think he's the front runner for Team Canada and Associate. 20 of the 30 games the Montreal Canadiens have played this year, they've had 2 goals against or less. As you look at his save percentage, just fly right to the top of the charts there. And that's one of the big reasons why they lead atop the Atlantic Division.
Buffalo winning the draw for Ehrhoff. Price didn't see that. Luckily, it was high, deflected up there over the net. Stafford on the boards. George is all over him. Sabres with the puck goal. Hodgson got it back out near the blue line, and the Canadians clear. Sabres are back on side. This one will go too high, and that's out of play.
Well, for the Sabres, they're thrilled. 1-1, 3:19 left to go here at the Bell Center. They've done a good job. They played a pretty solid road game. They've kept the play ahead of them. They haven't given Montreal a lot of quality scoring chances. They've done good on the penalty killing, which is the strength of the Montreal Canadiens, is their specialty teams. They're the only team in the National Hockey League that rank in the top 5 in both. And the Sabres did a great job of killing off that penalty.
Ennis' goal was his 4th in the last 9 games for Buffalo. It's a goal that tied it. He's in for checking now, but it's cleared away and out off the boards to center. Stafford takes a hit. Put it on the stick of Crust, who brought it back on quickly for the Canadians. Moan with him. Over for Crust on this side. Right back to the line on the other side. And from there, the shot is in wide of the net. Crust couldn't stop it. Sabres bring it back out. Hodgson gets in over the line. Crust got back to catch him and prevented him from making a play. Canadians move on. White brings it in. Crust centers it right in front. The shot knocked down. Nice save by Enroth. Big rebound though. The Canadians are on it to keep it in. Dumped high behind the net. Moan chases it. Dumps it in for Crust. He's alone, centered it, score! McCannitz and the Canadians lead again. What a play by Crust. And what a shot by McCannitz. 2-1, Montreal.
Well, McCannitz is not on the 4th line, but he was the lucky recipient to jump onto the ice as the 4th line did the bulk of the damage here. Look at Moan down low. This 4th line got the first goal, and they're a big part of this second goal for the Montreal Canadiens. Moan keeps it going, and here he goes to the bench. McCannitz is coming on the line change, and Crust does a great job. He's got himself a goal and a helper. And all this was created because Pesek, who got the puck at the blue line for the Buffalo Sabres, instead of opening up and turning and trying to keep possession of the puck, he chipped it off the wall and turned it over to the Montreal Canadiens. And they just flooded the zone, and they stayed there until they scored.
That's number 11 on the season for Tomas Plekanec, giving the Canadiens a 2-1 lead with 2:06 remaining in the period. The time of that goal is 17:44. Great play by Pruss.
Well, we'll have a look at that giveaway at center ice. And again, Pesek was the defenseman for the Sabres who had the puck, and it came to him right here. And instead of opening up and using your partner, he just dumps it off the wall, turns it over. And here's how the play enters the zone with White. And they just stayed in the zone, and the fourth line did a heck of a job tracking the puck, staying on the puck. And again, Buffalo slow to get to the puck battles. And it ended up in the back of their net.
Goal number 11 for Plekanec. Talk about one-timing a chance. Drill that one. Gianna got the puck ahead. They're on the move again, this line. Pass comes back, centered, and scored! Galchenyuk. Another great setup. Another hard shot. And it's a 3-1 lead.
They got him going here at the Bell Center now. Galchenyuk's going to rip another one-timer home. And to beat goalies in the National Hockey League, you got to release it quickly. We've seen a number of one-timers that are going into the net, and this one was set up very nicely by Tomas Plekanec. He's been playing so well for Montreal. And over here goes Gionta. He slides it across right onto the forehand of Galchenyuk. Great job by Plekanec to take the zone, get it to Gionta, and then he's going to slide this right over here to Galchenyuk, and no mistake right there. And I'm sorry, that was Yemelin. And in the back of the net it went.
Canadians really catch fire at 2 quick goals. And they were ahead 3-1. Just as Buffalo looked like they were coming on strong, they tied the game, but now have fallen down by a score of 3-1. However, they're on the move again with McCormick backhanding the puck in for the Sabres. Desharnais is back first. Pacioretty tied up over there. Got loose again and whacked it on the boards, but it didn't get too far. Diaz goes behind the net. Takes a look at Flynn coming after him. Gets the pass away, and it's dumped into the zone by Desharnais. He's up to pick it up. Desharnais waits for help to come up at the line and rolls it back. Yemelin shot, tipped wide of the net. Hodgson is on the puck for Buffalo. Comes on in the final minute of the second period. Dumped in over the line on that right side. Canadians are back, and Yemelin brings it on. Got it over there for White. White played it ahead from Moen. It hopped away from Moen, and the Sabres turned it back. They'd love to score before the period is done. They're offside. Little move by Cody Hodgson as he hit the line. And they're offside. Galchenyuk, his 8th of the season. Markov and Plekanec assisted at 18:07.
Well, a pretty good shot right here and an elbow to the chin of D'Agostini, of course, ex-teammates, and he goes down. No call on the play, and that's where the play took off. And again, my apologies is Andre Markov. I get 3 chances to get this right. I'll finally get it right. Plekanec to Markov, and Markov threads the needle right through there to Galchenyuk, and what a great pass play. And he's used to hitting those seams on the power play, but he put it right on the tape of Galchenyuk.
And it's getting a goal, and then a set up there on that Galchenyuk goal. 22 seconds left in the period. The Canadians keep coming. Plekanec again. That's off a stick and wide of the net. Yemelin was in there deep, and he turns to come back out now as Buffalo's coming on. Dumped ahead on the boards by Molson. In deep, no centering pass could come. Sabres along the boards near the line, but they do keep it in. A shot in there by Tillander behind the net on the siren that ends this second period. Montreal out with 11 shots and Buffalo with 12 in that period. But the Canadians lead 3-1. Back to the Bell Center in Montreal. I'm Bob Cole, and with me is Gary Galley. Gary, 2 goals by the Canadians in 23 seconds, a span of 23 seconds, when it looked like the Sabres were coming on.
Yeah, I think the Sabres are playing the perfect road game. We had just talked about it. And the one thing that Tyler Ennis talked about during the interview is they have a habit of doing this. And it happened the other night against the Rangers where it was a close game and bang, bang, a couple of goals went in. That just happened to the Sabres again tonight.
2 goals were by Plekanec and Galchenyuk. Ennis scored for Buffalo. Prost 19 seconds into the second period for the Canadiens. 3-1 as we start the third. And the puck goes flying off a stick and out of play at the far side. 3-1, Montreal leads. The shots now are 17-15 in favor of Buffalo.
Well, Brandon Prust moved down to the fourth line today, and boy, he's been a player for the Montreal Canadiens, and that fourth line has generated a couple of goals tonight for the Montreal Canadiens. And you look at the other ice times. I mean, Briere's under 5 minutes. Eller, 5 minutes. I mean, they're not playing a lot, those guys.
Prust has a goal and an assist in the game. Buffalo attacking early. Hodgson lost the puck trying to get behind the net. Gets all the way to the blue line and was missed there by Jamie McBain down the ice, and they're going to call that back. So a face-off will come in the Montreal zone.
$8 million over the next few years, and it doesn't look like he's broken a sweat tonight. And you look at the ice times tonight, and Galchenyuk's played more than the other two, and he moved them on to the Plekanec line near the end of that period. But that's not the kind of ice time you'd think those two guys would be getting in a game like this or any game.
Luke Adam wins the face-off for Buffalo, so that Cylinder comes on. Left it for Adam, but he couldn't reach it, and Plekanec did not get it very far. Up along the boards, Adams behind the goal, centered it. There's nobody there for Buffalo. On the puck, Gergensons, and he shot it around the net again. Gianna was there and stopped at the line. Myers backhanded in, tipped wide of the Montreal net. The Canadiens are on it. Moved it very far. This is a pretty good start for Buffalo. Ennis fell, but got the puck a little deeper along the boards until it was near the line and kept in by Buffalo Sabres. Off the boards, a little bit too far for Gergensons. Went up to pick it up along with Ennis coming in. Ennis turns, comes back out, and the pass was intercepted. Galchenyuk got the center, dumped it in, or did he get the center? Yes, apparently he did. There's no icing. Made a minute and a half of the third period now. And the Sabres would love to get something going early. A little bit closer to this Montreal team. Can be quite explosive as demonstrated. That little span of 23 seconds we mentioned in the second period. Ennis had tied the game after the Prust goal early. Plekanec and Galchenyuk. So the Canadiens come up with Pacioretty firing a pass over that hit a skate. Ott dumped it ahead and on the move coming in hard. Foligno ran to the boards. It's Ott with the puck over there. Gave it away. And the Canadiens defense pair take over. Subban to Markov. Right down the ice across center. Pacioretty knifed to the head. Canadiens will change on that deflection by Pacioretty. Buffalo was changing also. Hence the delay by Mike Weber. Started down the ice. Diaz back quickly. Dumped it ahead. Giveaway up there. The Canadiens get a break on that one. It comes to Mullen. Prust got in and was tied up. Stafford brings the puck away for Buffalo down with Hodgson. Up over the line. Hodgson skating well. Got it behind the net. Drew Stafford in. Picked it up. Turns back all the way to the line almost. And then in for Hodgson again. Hodgson lifted there. Molson is with him. There's Stafford, and he stopped it. Got it ahead. Back out to the line. Weber comes up. Fires the puck. It's blocked right in front of him. White stopped it. And just flipped the puck off the boards in deep for the Canadiens. And he heads off. Good play by White. Back out for Buffalo. That pass got ahead in deep, and Georges is coming back. Weiss comes out to help him, but he didn't get a hold of the puck. Ennis was given a jolt behind the net. Adam went after his man over there. The puck back to him. Couldn't get a shot on the net. It went high off a stick. Canadiens send 3 away. Down that right side. Briere centered it. Nobody could make contact in front of Jonas Enroth. Canadiens coming in after Cylinder. He got it ahead. Stopped over there. Ennis tried to bring it on. Girgensons got him with the backhander. Scores! What a play! Zemgus Girgensons. And the Sabres are rewarded with a beautiful rush. And it's a 3-2 hockey game, Montreal.
All the guys that Michel Therrien hasn't been playing a lot form one line. You got Bourneval, you got Briere, you got Eller. They're all on the ice here. And a lofted puck out of the zone. PK Subban, for the second time tonight, is fishing for the puck and not concentrating on the body. And as he fishes for the puck, Girgensons is just going to walk right around him. The big body, he uses it well to cut into the net, and he drives across Carey Price onto his forehand. Puts us into the back of the net. We've got ourselves a ball game here. 3-2 Montreal, and lots of time left here as PK gets beat to the net.
No question about that. Great play. Zemgus Girgensons, beautiful. So it's the second goal for Buffalo. Now they're within one. Brian Flynn dumps it in for the Sabres. Coming in after it. McCormick behind that net. The Canadians intercept the pass. Galchenyuk takes the return and comes in on goal. Galchenyuk! He centered it all right. When he might have had the shot himself, but he thought there was room on the other side for Plekanec. Now Plekanec back in his own zone to start it off again. Comes up with Galchenyuk, who took the pass, but he was checked. Back in McBain. Gets set for the shot. Sharp angle, nevertheless. He took it anyway. Foligno takes it off the goalie's pads. Subban. He was caught, so lifted a high one down the ice and nearly paid off. Bounced away from Pacioretty. Right in! And he went too high with the shot as he got in close. Maybe too close. Hodgson the other way. Broken up, so the Sabres turn. It's a great pace now in the third period. Both teams getting enormous chances to score. Sabres within one. Desharnais is down on the boards with the pass. Back to the line. Pacioretty! That's fired high and wide. Desharnais again to Georges. Across to the blue on the other side. And what a glove save by Jonas Enroth to keep it at 3-2 Montreal.
This game has opened up quite a bit here in the last few minutes, and a couple of great scoring opportunities for Max Pacioretty. Subban lofts one here, and again, these are tough bounces for defensemen. Do you play it? Do you reach down and get it? He bounces it off his own player, and Max Pacioretty and Desharnais almost bounce this thing all the way into the net. And then Pacioretty gets a great pass out into the slot. He gets a wonderful opportunity again and misses the net high and wide before that shot by Emelin was gloved by Enroth.
Canadians win this draw. Back to Emelin. Didn't have an open lane to get a shot in the net. There's Moan. He lost it trying to get ready to shoot it. And it's lifted down right to Price. So the play will continue and Emelin is back. Putting one up on the boards. The Sabres are all over the place in there now. Reaching for that was Leno. Just missed it. Stopped at the line by Talinder and kept in. Canadians having a tough time with these hard skating Buffalo Sabres now. Ed Nolan really has them going. There's been a change in Buffalo since he has taken over. The team is getting better. They had a tough start. Still in tough. They're in last place, but looking pretty good here tonight at the Bell Center in Montreal. Within a goal of the Canadians, who have been absolutely on fire in the last two and a half weeks. Now Diaz has to scamper back, and that he can do. Girgensons is up after him. Got the puck off him. He was stopped from going very far. Murray shot it to the boards in the corner. Pesek is up to stop it from getting it out. Pesek again put it ahead, but there goes the captain. Gianna over the line and ripped the shot off a stick and high and wide. Off the glass. He's got a chance with it behind the net and skipped away. There he is again. This time all over him is Tyler Ennis. Puck bounced away from the Canadian centerman in front, Eller. And Buffalo has three attacking. Coming in hard is Ennis. Couldn't get a shot. He's knocked in behind the net to him. He waited for it. Mistake. Eller was on it and skated away. Put the pass ahead, and it's ducked in by Gianna. That line changes. Nearing the 8-minute mark of the third, it is a 3-2 hockey game. The Canadians are leading by the skin of their teeth as Buffalo is coming on stronger and stronger.
for the Hockey Night in Canada Subway bio, and Mike Foligno was one tough guy to play against, I'll tell you, because I played against him and I know that. And his two boys, Nick and Marcus, both remembered their dad, but when they scored their first National Hockey League goal, they did that leap. They only did it one time. They did it on their first goal. But the thing with Marcus was, on his first goal, he wasn't sure that he scored. So he didn't do it the first time, but on the very next goal, he did it, paying homage to his dad and certainly the family who have really represented themselves in the National Hockey League very well.
Buffalo is out shooting Montreal in this period 3-1. 2016 overall the shots now in favor of the Sabres, but they're down to the Canadiens 3-2. Desharnais backhanded the puck in deep. Sabres are all back and looking very organized coming up the center. Stafford missed it. Pacioretty is in. Wrist shot stopped by Enroth up on the glass and over the glass, stopping the play.
Jeez, if I leaped like that high after every goal and down, I had no knees left anyway. But here's a great opportunity again for Max Pacioretty. He's had a number of opportunities like this, and he's looked to pass every single time. And I think during the break, the coaching staff told him, start shooting the puck. You're the hot hand, fire the biscuit. And there he didn't even hesitate. He got to the top of the circle and he let her go. What a run he's been on, eh, Bob?
An assist has been added to the Buffalo goal by Tyler Ennis. Cody Hodgson given a second assist. Ehrhoff had the first one. Kenneth was in close on that. Couldn't reach it really. Markov at center, put it up to Plekanec. Bounces right back to the defenseman. Subban tried to feed it through, did, but it was deflected, that's all. Couldn't be stopped by Plekanec. The puck rolls out to center ice and Markov is one back. Up to the head on a Buffalo change, thought he might catch them, but he does not. It's an icing call. Therefore, a face-off comes back in the Montreal zone with 11:22 remaining.
Face-offs are so important. Getting the draws, puck possession, getting pucks to the net. The Buffalo Sabres have done a fairly pretty good job. They came into this game well under the Montreal Canadiens, but they have won 60% of the draws coming into this period, and they're going to need to continue that to get possession and get some opportunity at the Montreal net. And Michel Therrien does not like the fact that his guys are a bit tired. It's a one-goal game, so he's going to burn his timeout right here and give them a bit of rest, and so they can get out and get this draw and get themselves off the ice.
It's Christmas in the Den, where the spirit ranges from giving to greedy. Watch the Dragon's Den Holiday Special, Wednesday at 8 on CBC TV. For our full holiday schedule, visit cbc.ca/holiday. 2017 of the shots in favor of the Buffalo Sabres, and the score remains at 3-2 in favor of the Canadiens.
And this is a smart play by Michel Therrien. There's, in a one-goal game, you've got the lead here. There's no sense taking a risk here and having some tired guys off the draw. Buffalo has done a pretty good job of hemming Montreal in at a few occasions, so give them a 30-40 seconds rest, and then they'll fresh to get you out of your zone.
Poked ahead by Hodgson. Canadiens therefore a chance to clear it out, no mistake. But the Sabres are looking a little more organized through the middle. Stafford, he lifted one in and comes in hard. Bumps Subban, shakes that off easily, made the play to help the Canadiens get out. Bust is up there inside that Buffalo line. Pesic stepped in front of him. It was deflected at center ice by Hodgson right on the net. Buffalo was changing. That's Ehrhoff with the puck. Ahead it goes. Hodgson over the line. Goes the other way. The shot by Molson is deflected away into the netting by Georges.
Well, Matt Molson, one of the players in that Vanek deal. And of course, both guys wear number 26. Both guys have swapped organizations, and both guys really have had trouble getting going. And he put a number of great seasons together, of course, playing with John Tavares over on the island. Good friends. Tavares got him there, but boy, it's been a struggle since he's been over here. And it's been a struggle for Buffalo in general, scoring goals.
Long shot, hit a stick before it got near the Montreal net. Sabres keep it in. Backhanded keeper by McCormick. Up comes Foligno. He's in with a hit too, but Yemelin shakes it off, gets the puck, gave it away. It's centered, but Moan was coming back. Moan faded ahead a little bit. And White skates out across the line. Hooked into center, but that was intercepted too by Foligno of Buffalo. Halfway mark, third period coming up. Flynn pass the puck ahead on the boards in the corner. Sabres keep it in with that shot from inside the line. Hard by McBain, but right at Carey Price. And again, no rebounds from Price.
A high riser that gets him right on the crest, and no rebound created there. You want to get this thing down lower so it can generate a rebound of some sort. Carey Price just gloves it and hangs onto it. He'll take the face-off to his left.
Calgary at Edmonton, our second game tonight after this one here in Montreal. Long shot again by Myers this time. Price made short, stayed away from the net. Had him doing great work after it. Gergensen takes his pass, but then lost it. And out comes Bournemouth. 3 Canadians are up over the line. Bournemouth was bumped. He couldn't get in to get the stick near it as Myers stayed right in front of him. Eller gave it to Bournemouth. Off the boards, back to the line. Murray dumped it ahead. Myers got a stick on that and got it out for Gergensen, who's back in against Murray. The slow coming back. Canadians, Bournemouth played it ahead on the boards. It is outside the line. Linder shot it over here from Myers. He dumped it ahead a little bit. The Canadians get it, and Eller shoots it in. The signal for that line to change. 9:15 left, third period. Montreal by a goal, but Buffalo coming on. And here's Myers up with a shoot in wide of the net. Yemelin over there, he didn't find it from the blue line. That long shot by Weber is gloved by Carey Price. That glove hand out, and he makes the save again and hangs on. We'll be back. Brought to you by Subway Restaurants.
Well, I don't know who else we pick here other than Brandon Press. He's been the star of the night for the Montreal Canadiens. He came out early in this hockey game, and the fourth line established themselves, and he's been a big part of it. And he's been hard on the puck. He's been finishing his checks. He got rewarded driving to the net on a nice pass play. He buried that, and then he returned the favor here as he sets up Thomas Buchanan.
Canadians see those Sabres coming at them again. Wait, now there's going to be a penalty call, and there wasn't much behind the net. But Subban, I think, is going to go.
It's been a rough night for PK Subban. I'm going to tell you, he's positionally had a few issues, and he's been looking more for puck than body. It's gotten him into trouble, and here he just hangs on to it a bit too long. And when he gets stripped by Leno, he reaches, gets the stick under his arm, and the referee called that holding. And you look at the Pysyk penalty, the slash. I mean, that wasn't much there either. And you know, those are two penalties that I don't know if they have to be called, but the referee's calling them tight.
All right. Well, this one sends the Canadians into the penalty killing roll, and the Sabres are within a goal. Let's see how they do here on this power play. Back to the line it goes. Now they're going to spread out a little bit, do some passing. The outside of that four-man box set up by the Canadians. Along the boards, Leno waits, maybe too long, got it back, he got a break there. Georges knocked it loose. The Canadians are going to clear it to the line, and not quite out. Now it is. Bounce out to center ice, and D'Agostini circled it back. Power play Buffalo, within a goal. 30 seconds gone in the power play, and Myers steps up. He didn't like it and backed up. That's a good play. Got it over here to McBain. Off the boards behind the net. Canadians are after it over there. Ott was knocked down, slow to get up. Canadians get the puck out of the zone. Crust is all over the place. He delivered that hit on Steve Ott. He's okay. He stays on. Now he's going to the Buffalo bench. So we did shake it a little bit on that hit by Crust. 1 minute left to the penalty. Sabres looking to tie the game here. Up the center, Tyler Ennis. Got the puck in deep to Price, and Price knocked it loose. It's cleared down the ice by the Canadians. No shots on goal yet on this power play by Buffalo. 7:30 remaining in the third period. 38 seconds left in the power play, and the Sabres attack. It is brought in over the line. Turning back, Ennis. Near the line, and the Canadians again send it out and down the ice, but wait a minute, Markov got hurt. He went down, I think a skate hit him. Is that Yemelin? Yemelin it is. Nope, it was Markov. He's gone off. So the play continues. Buffalo on the power play, another 14 seconds. Markov hurt. a defensive play and gone to the bench. Sabres, one last chance in the power play maybe. To center, Stafford has to hurry. The pass got in, Stafford comes after the return. Did get in. Penalty is over, and there's Plekanec on the puck. 3-on-1. Plekanec and Subban. And Gianna missed the net. Reeled him in. Gianna, the trailer, and he missed the net. He's on it again. Coming in with a backhander, that's wide of the goal. Another one doesn't hit the net. And the Sabres get it ahead with 6:22 left to play in the third. Canadians attacking once more. Gallagher this time. In front of the goal. No shot resulting in that rush by Gallagher. The Sabres get three going the other way. The Canadians were back checking in a hurry. And Murray has the puck. The pass off the glass. Pacioretty. He's up on it. Gallagher with it. Oh, Gallagher had the open side and just missed it. Offside. At the blue line, Diaz trying to rush in there. And a fraction late. 5:52 remaining in this, the third. It's still 3-2. Montreal.
You know the kind of injury issues he's had. And then the coaching staff just breathed a sigh of relief there. That would look very dangerous as he fell underneath Tyler Ennis. And he got up immediately and went to the bench and immediate attention. But it looks like he's going to be able to shake this one off. Very fortunate.
And there he is with the puck. And there he is blasting the puck in deep into the Buffalo zone. It ricocheted off a stanchion over there as it came up on the glass and out of play.
Buffalo had themselves a power play and only had the one, and they did very little with it. And the problem with the power play, Montreal doing a very good job, was they failed to get the puck deep into the zone. They tried to stop 10 feet inside the blue line and make plays, and Montreal just ate those up.
Canadians can't win the face-off under control, and it's cleared out of the zone by Flynn. He went up against Subban and couldn't quite move it too far. Now he's offside. We have another update from Rob Pizzo. Here it is. And Buffalo here remaining within one of the Canadians. 3-2. Canadians win the draw. Eller has to pass it back. He has pushed it ahead. Quickly, gain on it for Buffalo. Pass got out in front of his net. Lifted high down the ice by Tyler Ennis. Twice leaving the net, put it high on the glass. It bounces down in front, and Eller gave it away. And caught up to him. He just got a stick in front of the pass and played it back inside his own line. McBean brings it on to the line to center. Shoots it ahead. Adam tried to stick handle his way in. It did get in, but he wasn't on the puck. Lost it coming in after it. McBean comes off the blue line to keep it in deep. Canadians going to lift it out. That defensive mode now as they want to make a change, and it rolls all the way down in front of Enroth. 4:30 left, third period. Ehrhoff got it up there, played it into Stafford. Drew Stafford didn't pick it up. Was checked immediately, and now Talinder had to back up inside his own line for Buffalo. He's there with Myers, gives it to him. Back to Talinder. Long pass will get the Sabres in. They look sharp coming on. Price got his big stick down on that. Kept it out of the danger area. Plekanec the other way, didn't get too far. They get back on side, or do they? No, they're a little bit late. And Gianna brought it in. That's offside.
Well, Montreal is steadily into the 1-2-2, sending only one guy up the ice and four bottling up that neutral zone. And it makes it hard to get any outnumbered attacks or any rhythm coming up through the middle of the ice. So for Buffalo, you've got to get those soft chips into the corners, and you've got to get that forecheck that was working for you earlier in the game and get right back on it. You're running out of time.
Desharnais, Pacioretty, and Gallagher for the Canadians. Ott, Leno, D'Agostini for Buffalo. Here's Myers. Coming up to poke it ahead across center. Dumped a little further on by Foligno, and he's on the puck now coming at the net. Had to back off. Back to the line to Myers. shoots to the crowd in front of the goal, and there's Gallagher. Pacioretty on the move, but he just missed him. Pacioretty took off, and Gallagher saw him. But in the end, it's an icing call.
A bit of a chance for the Sabres as they get into the Montreal zone. And again, good job, rotation back to the point. It doesn't take much. Just get a lane and get the wrist shot through. And as the Montreal Canadiens do so well, and again, Markov takes one here, and this one stings as he sticks his foot out and gets it on the ankle. And he felt that for sure. They block a ton of shots.
Face off, won by Montreal, and Subban on the boards, gets it out. Canadian couldn't quite pick it up across center. Ehrhoff played it ahead. Buffalo attack again. Tyler Ennis dumped it in deep. Comes in chasing it, but there's Georges again. The veteran played it on the boards, and that doesn't get very far. Georges has to come back and try and cover up. Centering pass is knocked loose, and the Canadians get the puck out. Pacioretty was upended. They wanted a penalty call, not getting it. 3 minutes left in the third period. 3-2 the score. Montreal hanging on. Ennis is dumped. Crowd is getting charged up every now and then now. More like a Saturday night in Montreal. A one-goal game, and the Canadians in front. And out they come, led by Prost, who's having another strong night for the Canadians. Dumps it ahead for Moan. Stepping in front of him is Mike Weber. And the Sabres got the puck up the center. It came off Molson and got over the line. Georges was back. His partner, Yemelin, lost it. Kept in by Bruce Stafford. He lost it to Yemelin. And the Canadians get it ahead. Down to center ice was Moan and hopped away from him. Backing up Pesek. Other side, Weber brings it on. Pesek up the center with a pass. Bruce Stafford backhands it deep. Coming in was Hodgson. He was tied up. Sabres are on it. Slapped around the net by Tolinder. Hodgson trying to center. Got it up front of the goal. Motion tied up. Offside. Oh, he just missed the open side. Canadians get away with that one. It's down the ice with 1:45 left. Was that ever close to be a tying goal? Markov bats the puck back in from center ice. The goalie hasn't moved. 1:30 remaining. That is the Buffalo goalie. They're down a goal. They're staying with it so far. Even strength. Subban knocked it down for Plekanec. He played it to the right to Gallagher. Hustling in. Hard shot stopped by Enroth. Sabres will go now hard. The center ice. Good play through center by Foligno. Now the goalie leaves it out at the other end. The Sabres get the sixth attacker on with 1 minute 4 seconds remaining in the third. One goal game. Down the ice from Pacioretty. He's going to get in there. Pacioretty made the pass. It hit the skate of Ehrhoff. Side of the net, knocked down right there by McCormick. 47 seconds left. Backing up with the puck is Foligno. McBain. The place is buzzing here in Montreal with 38 seconds remaining. Sabres playing their heart out, trying to get in for another one to tie it up. That went out of play. And the face-off is going to be deep in the Montreal zone to the right of Carey Price.
Good job by the Buffalo Sabres getting the puck down deep, and Cody Hodgson does the back roll and throws it off the back of the net. It gets lost out in the slot, and he finds it and relocates it, and it just rolls off the toe of his stick as he goes to backhand this into the net. And the fans at the Bell Center were all upset, but there was certainly nothing McBain could do. He was already laying on the ice when Pacioretty flew over the top of him. It was more of an unfortunate meeting for the two players than it was a penalty. And the Canadians dodged a bullet there, Bob.
Coming up after this game, Gary, Calgary and Edmonton will hook up in a Western battle. That's our second Hockey Night in Canada game tonight on CBC Full Network. Here in Montreal at the Bell Center, the crowd again sitting on the edge of the seats on a Saturday night. Buffalo trying to battle back and get a tie as they draw out the plans. They hope will work for a goal. The face-off is coming in the big circle to the right of Carey Price. The shots are 25 by Buffalo and 19 by Montreal. And here we go. 3-2. Canadians trying to win another. This Montreal team has been on a pretty good run. The Sabres dead last, but they are improving and showing us tonight why. They're working hard. Within a goal. They have to do it again. It wasn't done fairly, but wait a minute. A penalty might have been called. Let's see what happens. The referee comes over to the penalty timekeeper's bench.
They're going to check the clock to see how much came off.
Okay, yeah, they got to put something back. But you know, sometimes on these faceoffs, the puck bounce up. We won't get into that now. The Sabres win it. The shot is not directed on the net. Canadians get it off the boards and out. 20 seconds remaining. They get back on side for the shoot-in. They're down to 16 seconds. It's going to get down the ice. 11 seconds. 9 seconds. It's icing on 9 seconds. I was going to say, on a face-off down there, if the puck happens to bounce up and hit you, maybe you didn't try to touch it, but you could get called for the penalty.
They're trying to discuss where the face-off should be. Brian Giotta thinks it should be on the other face-off dot, which maybe feels is a better position for Buchanan to draw the puck.
Not going to happen. Right there for Ott to bend in and win it. 9 seconds remaining. Buchanan's for Montreal. Buchanan's great face-off win. That should do it, folks. 2 seconds, 1.6 seconds. Another face-off back in the Montreal zone. The shots here in this period handed to Buffalo, out-shooting Montreal 8-4. But it might be in a losing cause. They did get a goal from Gergensons.
Oh, man. You know what, guys? This is when this icing is really tough to call. It's a harder round, and Gionta is by far closest to the puck on the far side of the ice, and the icing gets called on the defenseman racing back on the inside, and Gionta would have got to that puck 100% ahead of the Sabre player, and this is a face-off with less than 2 seconds left right there.
I know, and this, as you point out, and I remember Don saying this, what about in the playoffs? Late in the game, and like this, and something happens like that, and it's called icing, and they score up there. Anyway, that's all hypothetical at the moment.
They're going to check the clock again, but watch as this puck comes down the ice. Markov rips it. Now there you see the Buffalo defenseman. This puck's coming around the net. Look where Gionta is. It's his puck. I mean, he's going to get there first. You know, but it's frustrating a little bit for the players, but they got to live with it.
Face off to the right. Buchanan's won the first time. The linesman hangs on for now. Here we go. And Buchanan does the trick again. And that's the end of this ballgame. Enroth's first career loss to Montreal. He was 3-0-0. That's immaterial. The Canadians win another one. Another close one. 3-2.